Thank you for listening and welcome to the Life Radio Show, a once proud member of the now defunct Eventide Entertainment Podcast Network. I'm your host, Don Smith. The dishonorable mayor, Jess Cordry, sticks around. As guest co-host, longtime friend of the show, Scotty Mays, is in to talk beef jerky and sloth bear genitalia. If you enjoy the show, like and follow the Life 1069 on Facebook and Don Smith Comedy on Twitter, or you can tune in live on Tuesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. on WWSU 106.9 FM, or you can stream the show live at wwsu1069.org.
The brutal presence overwhelms me. The brutal presence overwhelms me.
Oh, since I'm... Hey, welcome back to the Live Radio Show.
10112.
10112.
That's good to know, Don.
I love timing things that way.
That's good to know.
That's twice.
Hey, welcome back to the Live Radio Show. I'm shooting blanks. I'm your host, Don Smith.
You're also shooting leukemia and MS, apparently.
Yeah, I'm all over it, man. We can't talk about that stuff on the air, Patrick. Watch your mouth.
I'm not
Patrick,
talking.
I gave him his microphone back. And
and look what happens.
Look
Look what
already
happens.
thinking this was a bad idea. My guest co-host is in. Jess Cordry's still here. He hasn't farted again yet, but I'm sure it's coming.
Oh, no.
I'm not going to promise that.
What's that?
I said I may have farted, but it was in the bathroom.
May have. Scotty Mays is in.
Hey!
It's been a little
It
while.
has.
What's happening, man?
So, guess what? I am also shooting blanks.
Yes.
So,
We've, there's been a what's the word, a horde of vasectomies going around in the comedy world, which I think should have happened a long time ago.
It's a big plus for everybody.
They should probably have those in the NA meetings, too.
NA,
Who am I to judge? Yeah.
Comics hang, whatever. We should just, there should just be a doctor there getting ready to snip somebody, you know. But yeah, the recovery process was fun. It was, it wasn't fun. We are where we are.
It was probably more fun giving the samples than it was going through the procedure.
Well, only because I got to use it as an excuse to be late for work. Which how often do you get, boss, why were you late? Well, I'd show you. But I'll just tell you instead.
They say that the right hand should never know what the left hand is doing, I'm not going there.
Yeah, well, just switch off.
Yeah, I like to lay on my left hand for like 30 minutes.
The stranger.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you've heard that.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Sorry.
I won't judge you
I'm
for
with
that.
professionals.
And then you pat yourself on the head and it feels like somebody else is doing it.
I never did that, but hey.
Really?
Good time.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's try it sometime.
I shall.
Yeah.
So where were you? You were being late for work for a great cause.
Yes. So that's twice I've got to call in late to work because I was at home masturbating. Yep. Not going to be here today.
I'm going to be 3 seconds late.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, no, because then I had to run the sample to the doctor.
There's that.
Yeah.
Run or
Walk.
had to just shoot it over. Let me just shoot that on over to you, Doc.
You'll be getting something through FedEx you won't be happy with.
Yeah.
You're either 3 seconds late or 20 minutes early.
Yeah, there you go.
Perspective, Patrick. I like that.
Yeah, I could have just got up earlier, but, you know, my age, sometimes it doesn't get up when it's supposed to. The alarm was going off, but nothing was happening.
All it was doing was hitting snooze.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Boy, we limped right into this show.
Yeah. Yep, nothing hard about it. Nothing hard about getting this show off the ground.
No soft transition there.
Yep. Sometimes we just got to come on the life and get it up and running right away.
Just running dry.
Well, yeah, because lube will ruin the sample. I've been told. That's why it had to be 30 seconds because I don't want to rub things raw.
But good news, my calluses are on point.
Yeah. I didn't get calluses on the point. The side's like shoe leather.
I hate when that happens, Don. You get leather on the point, and then you got cross streams.
Looks like that beef jerky you get at the gas station in the plastic bin. It's like, man, that is weathered.
Weathered beef jerky is our episode title.
It looks like the stuff Genghis Khan had under his saddle, right?
Oh, man.
Woo.
I have missed you on this show, Scott.
And you, sir.
So have I.
It's like you never missed a beat.
This show is my lifesaver every week. It's
I can't think of a better way to detach from your feelings than have something like this.
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
cares
That
about
happens
core
to-
issues when we can just do this and not be
we
serious?
can talk about beef jerky penis.
Beef jerky penis.
Jerky or beef?
Weathered. Weathered jerky. Oh. So what have you been up to, Scotty?
Well, you know,
Since you know what I've been doing.
a lot of experimenting with a food dehydrator. As Carlin Haggerty would say, it's an air fryer miracle.
Because you don't want to do it in the microwave. That'll give you cancer.
That's
Saw
exactly
that on
where the
South
beef.
Park.
That's exactly where the beef jerky comes from.
Did you meet the mayor?
Is it official?
Well, I'm running unopposed.
Oh, nobody wants that job.
Until this episode comes out on podcast, then he's out altogether.
Yes.
Going to be under investigation. There's something going on there.
So next Tuesday, I will get the official announcement. That's why I declined the show next week. But yeah,
You don't want to come on after.
yeah,
Gotta
never
be
had an
respectable
invitation.
now.
So I'm just running unopposed. Corwin's a thriving metropolis.
Yeah, absolutely,
huge,
absolutely.
huge city. So a lot of responsibility. Well, no, I'll figure it out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So what have you been up to, Scotty? Any good comedy shows going on, or your work?
I mean, I might. Well, yeah, work is work. So
We are on a show coming up November 9th.
yes, we are.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, you're not on the poster, but you're on the show.
I got a message like, "Hey, will you fill in?" Because somebody double booked, and I'm like, "Yeah, sure."
Yeah, well, that's going to be a fun show. That's going to be at the Courtyard Lounge in Englewood, which we were talking about.
Englewood.
Englewood Cinema. We were talking about Englewood Cinema on the 16th. People to Kill is going to be there.
Correct.
November 9th, the Saturday before. Scotty and I, along with Wendy Ferguson and Holly
Wendy's
Schock
great.
and
Karen,
and
Gary.
Travis Charles, Gary Henry,
Kevin
going to
Rupert.
be Kevin
Never
Rupert.
worked with Gary
Yeah,
Henry. Is he pretty solid to work with?
he
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
a great guy.
Good.
Yeah,
That's
but
a stacked
it's
lineup.
going to be a great show.
That's an
up there.
intimidating lineup.
Yeah, and that's like right by my house, so I can get drunk.
Oh, it's perfect.
That Courtyard Lounge used to be my hangout when I was in my 20s and a heavy drinker.
So
That
like
was
64?
I closed that bar down like at least 3 nights a week.
Nice.
That was my spot. And that's one of the first times I had to quit drinking is because I left there. They said I left at 2:30 in the morning. I don't remember anything past midnight. And I didn't get home till about 5:30 when the police walked me there. That was the morning I knew in my head when I woke up the next morning, I knew I had talked to the Englewood police. I had no idea why. And when I worked kind of an odd shift, and I had to be in at 4 in the morning. So I just picture, driving down I-75 at, 3 o'clock in the morning, getting pulled over for a taillight out and having a bench warrant because I threw a ticket out for something that I did. So I walked into the police station that morning, handed them my ID, and I said, "This is going to sound really stupid. Did I do anything last night?"
I remember you telling that story.
Yeah.
You didn't know why you had a ticket.
I didn't have a ticket. There was nothing.
Yeah, but
because
you knew you did
all it
something wrong.
was is I was the only reason they didn't run me in is because technically my feet were still on my property. There's a parking lot behind my house. I had passed out and was laying in this parking lot with my feet still on my property, and that's the only reason they didn't run me in. They got me up, identified who I was, walked me to my front door, made sure I got inside, and they left.
That's hilarious.
Cool police.
So yeah, that was I had to quit drinking after that. I slowed down considerably,
Yeah.
and right back at it now.
And here-
Only it's not beer now. Vodka is a beast. Oh,
it's
so yeah,
brutal.
I gotta get that under control.
That's what I had to-
There's been some things going on.
My drinking ended on vodka.
Yeah.
It's,
Mine's gonna have to because I can't do it anymore. See, this is that special moment you're talking about.
I
The
told you it was going that way.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about something else. Anything else? Did you hear Jess is going to be mayor?
I did.
We'll just come back to that because nobody cares. It's not going to.
Mayor of Whoville.
Mayor of Whoville, yep. Or Warestown. I don't know.
My biggest concern is, what color sash do you think I should get?
Pink.
Pink? I was thinking purple.
Salmon.
Salmon.
Get a
Salmon
salmon
first.
sash.
I
Get
can
you a
make that
Salmon sash.
I'm not opposed. So I tell you what, all the listeners out there, whatever gets the most votes,
There
if
you
there
go,
are
there
any
you go,
listeners,
yeah.
Just
well, whatever gets
What
the
are
most
you
votes.
saying? What show do you think you're on? Raider Up? We get listeners.
Whatever.
Sorry,
Nice shot.
I mean,
Bang over the bow.
it's the truth, to be honest. That's why I'm not doing it anymore after today.
That was wrong. I'm so sorry, Patrick. Sorry, not sorry.
Whatever color gets the biggest votes, I'll tell you what, I'll make that my sash for my inauguration.
I'm throwing salmon out there as one of the not peach, not pink, not fuzzy apricot. We're going salmon.
I'm not opposed.
Because there's something about a salmon sash.
Oh, it's so wonderful.
Yes.
I do like it. It's
Mr. Mayor.
great. Thank you.
Yep, that's
Fuzzy apricot's one of my safe words, so that would be weird.
Really. I every now and then, if I sit too long, my hip gets sore because I'm getting old. And I was at work the other day, and I was walking past, kind of limping, and one of the nurses says, "What happened to your leg?" I was like, "Well, as you get older, sometimes you forget your safe word," and just kept walking.
Those are the best. Leave them guessing.
Exactly. I was yelling apple the whole time. Turns out it was orange juice.
I hate when that happens.
We got people saying hot pink.
Yeah.
Or
Hot
pink.
pink.
Hey,
Hot pink.
Scotty's
Hot
on the
pink.
pole right now.
Are you live when
I'm-
we're
hey,
trying to be live?
Listen, you'll be proud of me. I am actually live from your live.
Oh, so you did a
I'm
feed
promoting
live. Oh,
your.
I love you,
How
Scott.
do you
I
do
love
that?
you too, man.
Can you do that for mine?
Yeah, you should have been doing this an hour ago. It's like
Let's pretend I'm not real talented.
Yeah, 35 minutes left in the
I don't
show.
like to
Wait, we can
pretend.
do that?
Let's actually. How about you not be talented?
Yeah.
Yeah. And nailed it.
And scene.
It is.
So what were we talking about? Oh yeah, peach.
Peach, yes.
we were talking about the mayor's peaches.
My plums.
Yeah.
Down in my plums. My juicy
Yeah,
plums.
Mr. Mayor's plums. That's another potential episode
Bright,
title.
ripe hue of blue. The juice squeezes out.
We're just going to let you keep
Yeah.
going.
At least it's not watermelon.
Nothing good there. It's all pain and hurt. And
Yeah, that's
disappointment.
Oh yeah, that's the comedy life. Pain and hurt.
pretty
disappointment.
much.
Yeah.
So
I
speaking,
got sad again.
sorry.
I'm going to go home and have a drink.
It's a very bipolar episode today. A lot of peaks and valleys with
It's all
this.
over the place, man. It's been my week.
Psychiatrists
my
would
life.
lose their mind here.
Been my week is Patrick life. So,
Wait, you're the one with the live radio show.
yeah, and look at the shape it's in.
Who was nice enough to leave me 10 euros when?
Oh, I believe that
DJ
was
Zuko.
DJ Zuko's Euros.
Huh.
Zuko's Euros. I don't know
Zuko's
what that
Euros.
means, but that's probably Swedish for something.
It's fake. I'm sorry to say.
Fake Swedish?
No,
Swedish
euros.
isn't fake. It's a real language.
No, the euro is fake.
I want
Oh.
a euro.
Well, can you get it?
That sounds
I'd love
delicious.
gyro.
Amazing.
Doesn't a
Delicious.
fat gyro with feta sound good right
Oh,
now?
yeah. So, some of that tzatziki sauce.
Yes.
Incidentally, mine's not. There's no tzatziki in it anymore.
It just sucks.
I de-tzaki'd my tzatziki sauce. Say that 3 times fast.
Oh, man.
Yep, try it. It's a tongue twister.
I love it. I tell you what, this is,
That's what I forget who was on the show when I first started talking about it, and I said something about it, and I said it's seedless now, or so, she said no. She said you don't have to spit out the seeds. Perfect.
Scotty's with you now?
I have since used it, so you don't have to spit out the seeds either, Jess.
not me.
Oh, that is wrong.
It really is.
But I like
mean,
it.
because it's a complete waste of protein.
It is. if you're going to do it, you might as well get the benefit.
You might as well.
It's all about the payoff.
The money. Shot.
No, money shot's different. I'll have to teach you some stuff, kid.
That's creepy right there.
Well, yeah,
Dial it back,
you
Mayor.
just line there. Cross the line there.
You just hashtag me too'd my producer. Man.
We just went Epstein up in here, man.
Yeah, well, I hate to leave you hanging.
Hanging like the mayor's plum.
We're on fire tonight. Because we're burning in hell. You got that satanic Bible there,
Yeah.
Andy, still?
Hope they serve vodka in hell.
I might still have
We
it.
had the satanic Bible in here a
Nice.
couple weeks ago. Yeah, so
Where
that
is
was-
it?
that was fun.
I might still have it if you want me to go
That's
grab
all
it.
right. That's all right. Any Satan worshipers in here? They don't really worship Satan. They just
Yeah.
There's a
They
code.
just there's a code.
Kind of like the Boy Scouts.
Yeah, pretty much. Exactly like the Boy Scouts.
I figured.
Actually, you know, they have their Satan worshiping merit badges. They should.
Did they wear a neckerchief? That's the cool thing.
The satanic neckerchief?
With a little Pentecost.
Yeah.
Just be careful. If you put it on at the wrong time, it'll choke you.
Oh, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, sometimes
He's been choked in prison.
sometimes, yeah.
Kind of weird. Remember, fuzzy. What is it?
Fuzzy apricot.
Fuzzy apricot. I forgot my own safe
That's
word.
kind of a complicated safe word, but I guess it's not like you're really going to say it.
It's really
accidentally.
complicated with a ball gag in your mouth. Yeah, it's like really nice. It's like I should have picked a different fruit.
I'm glad you said ball gag.
You're not a fuzzy apricot in your mouth.
Oh.
It's toasty in
It,
here.
it is. It is. It's hot in here. It's just me.
Oh, it is on fire, sweetie.
Yes. Oh, so have we talked about anything yet?
Nothing that
Didn't think
matters.
so. We just giggled about stupid things, but we haven't really talked about anything that matters,
I
other
think-
than my drinking
That
problem.
was it.
Other than my severe depression and my drinking problem.
You've
we haven't
accomplished the
touched on
first step of
anything.
the 12 steps. You admitted you were powerless over alcohol. Your life has become unmanageable.
Here we go. Here we go. Do I need to stand up and introduce myself?
Nah, it's up to you, man. If you need a sponsor, I'll do it.
Oh, good.
If you're willing to go to
the
any
Life
length for
radio
your
show's
sobriety.
been looking for sponsors, and I can't get anybody to give me nothing for this thing.
You know, I wonder if you can legit get Budweiser to sponsor you at an AA meeting.
No.
Yeah.
I'm just talking from experience.
But, yep, Stoli. That's going to be my new. I'm their spokesperson. It's good vodka.
That'd be like getting Trojan to sponsor you like a pro-life Christian event. I mean, it's just not gonna.
Yep. Yeah, I haven't seen any message from Autumn Hatcher on the live feed up here. Not up there. That's the ghost. That's
sorry.
the dead guy.
That's the-
No, I haven't, which is odd because I did. I've been promising to drunk text her because I got into that conversation on the air a while back about drunk texting somebody and probably losing a friend. And Autumn was upset that I never drunk texted her, so I did last night just to be silly.
How'd that go?
She was expecting fun, not what that was happening.
Did you start crying through text?
No, it wasn't that bad.
That's what I would
But
do,
yeah,
man.
she's not listening anymore. That's what my drunk texting does. I lose friends and listeners. I'm on fire today.
Oh.
Yeah. Because it's so hot in here, Patrick.
It's
Does
the
anybody
H-
call the HVAC guys?
I don't know, because I have
Does
that
Wright
thing
State
all the
even
way
have
down
HVAC
right now.
guys? Well, it's the time of the year they actually shut their chillers down because they're stupid. They shut their chillers down and drain the towers.
You would
In
know.
case it I know. That's what they do. That's what they do this time of year, and they always do it way too early, so none of the cooling works anymore.
Well,
And usually they kept the one at Student Union running longer, but since they're still broker and they're losing another president, aren't they?
yeah,
I really wouldn't say. I
Oh,
wouldn't say
right.
they're really
yeah,
losing her. She just,
Susan Edwards is taking over as president.
who's that?
Susan, the provost.
Oh, okay.
My thoughts are when I walked by the gym, I don't care if those girls ever had air conditioning on them because they looked great, sweaty, in whatever they were wearing. That was good on the AC guys here.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the mayor of Corwin.
Don't ever invite this guy to the gym here at Wright State.
Oh, I think he was there uninvited.
That's a fact.
And had to escort him out, I think. That's
Gonna have to
yeah.
Never
ahead.
mind.
Go ahead, Patrick. What were you going to say?
Take it away.
Put him on the rock climbing wall and just leave him there.
Do you think I could actually get even halfway up a rock climbing wall?
Well, they just hoist you up with the harness.
That harness
Just
ain't
leave
that
you
big.
dangling there. Just leave you dangling like the mare's peaches.
The plums.
The plums. The mare's nice plums.
A beautiful hue blue, juicy plums. Alrighty then.
Yeah, something just you ruined something for me. I'm not sure. I didn't even like plums before, and now I just don't really want anything to
Mint
do with
Scotty?
this show.
Thanks,
Mint Scotty? Yeah, stick one in the other side. Just in case. Hey, we're going to have to go ahead and take a break just because I want to end this conversation right now. Because if I hear plums one more time, I'm hitting him with something.
Yeah.
What about plumes?
Plumes. Nice plumage. Beautiful plumage. The plumage don't enter into it. It's bleeding demise. All right, let's go ahead and take a break. Who am I playing on this break? This is going to be St. Mary, St. Michael. Speaking of alcoholism, St. Mary,
Oh, my
St.
gosh.
Michael off his first album. I can't remember the name of it. The song is called Neat. So let's play that and just
I like my
get the
drink.
hell out of here. Hit it.
Almost had it all, and I lost everything. All that's left to me is my name. But I don't want your pity. The only thing I need is to drown my sorrows and pain. So bartender, you asked me what I'd like to drink. Well, it's been a long day. I can hardly think. My life is such a mess. So if you're asking me, well, I'll take my whiskey neat. The last one that we pulled, then we'd all go clean. But then I saw them gun him down. Don't ask me what I mean. You don't say anything. Just pour me another round. So bartender, you ask me about my drink of choice. Well, I don't want anything to water down my voice. Now my life is such a mess. So maybe what I need is to take my whiskey neat. Maybe it's my fault. Maybe I brought it on myself. Now this glass is my only friend. I'm drinking till I'm numb, and I still hurt like hell. Just keep pouring until I say when. Oh, bartender, you ask me what I'd like to drink. Well, it's been a long day, and I can hardly think. My life is such a mess, so maybe what I need is to take my whiskey neat. So I'll take my whiskey neat. Yeah, I'll take my whiskey neat.
Hey, this is Don Smith from the Life Radio Show. Do you like telling jokes? Are you the class clown? Do your friends always tell you you're funny? You want to prove them wrong? Well, nearly every Sunday, Wiley's Comedy Club at 101 Pine Street in Dayton's Oregon District brings you Wiley's Sunday Comics. You can be the one on stage making people laugh. Or not. All you have to do is send an email to wileysundaycomics@gmail.com and follow the instructions in the reply email, and you can tell jokes at Ohio's oldest comedy club.
I was talking to this one woman for a little while, and like, this is just not code for anything. I don't do good, obviously. You've seen me up here, right? You hear me talk? Like, you know, she's like, I'm still friends with 85% of my ex-boyfriends. And all I could think is 85% requires a divisor of at least 20. That is as far as you can break that fraction down right there. It's like 17 over 20, 85%. What if she meant like 34 out of 40 or 153 boyfriends out of 180? I don't care how you break it down. She's had way too many dudes in her denominator.
Hey man, this is Donnie Baker at Wiley's Comedy Club, and you're listening to WWSU 106.9. I swear to God.
Plums.
Plums.
Plums. So the Life Radio Show lowers your... I didn't put blood pressure on there. I just put sperm count. You can tell where my thoughts are.
Because who cares about a low blood pressure? Everybody cares about the sperm.
Yeah, well, a lower sperm count lowers your blood pressure, too, because you don't have to worry about having kids.
I know
That's
many women in
definitely
East Dayton that would agree with you.
But no, Patrick, tell us what you had pointed out before we came back from break.
What about Star?
About your blood pressure.
About my blood pressure? Oh, it was
Yeah.
140 at the beginning of the show, over 83 or something like that. And after all of us laughing, it's now 129 over 76.
Look at that.
I mean,
man.
that's beautiful. That's
The
beautiful.
Life Radio Show is changing lives. We are lowering blood pressure. We are making people happy, Patrick. That's what we do here. That's what we're all about.
Are you a happy Patrick?
He's a Well, we were talking about Plumbob and Spoogepants. There's Patrick. We had, during the break, we found a couple more potential show titles.
This is
Thank
great.
you, Star. One potential is The Mayor's Plums, a terrible prono. Which does sound like one. And, of course, the other one is Plumbob Spoogepants.
Oh, gosh.
Which is great. That's just fun. And Star also pointed out that I have not yet drunk texted her, so hang on. Tomorrow night I'll get to you.
Plumbob.
I won't get home tonight
Spoogepants.
early enough to really get a good drunk going, so...
Yeah, that's
We're
why you got to
talking
start
about
doing
all
it on the
this.
way
Scott is in
home.
recovery. You're just shaking your head at me, man.
Oh, I'm not judging you. I'm actually, I get jealous of people who can still partake and party.
I shouldn't be, honestly.
But then I hear their stories of regret, and I'm like, that's why I quit.
That's what somebody posted something randomly on Facebook the other night. They just posted on there, "What's for dinner?" And that was my answer: is vodka and regret.
Nice.
Yeah, and there were people that actually messaged me and asked if I was okay. It's like, it was just a joke, sorta. Oh, no.
Star fired back. Yeah, I can't type.
It's all good. Oh, let's see. An off-duty Texas police officer shot his own son on Saturday night after he mistook him for an intruder, authorities said. They tell you we're doing news stories. You guys all right over there?
Yeah, we're just actually we know sign language, so we communicate between each other while you're doing your news. So we let each other know who goes first.
You need to pay attention to the news stories. It's important stuff.
God,
This is
a police
life-changing
officer
stuff.
from Houston
shot his.
That's why I'm the mayor.
There you go.
So he shot his entitled son.
Yes, exactly.
Butch might know about this because he's down in Texas.
Yeah, an off-duty plexus teeth officer.
We're professionals. Please use the microphone.
I haven't even had vodka yet. An off-duty Texas police officer shot his own son on Saturday night after he mistook him for an intruder, authorities said. The, quote, long-term veteran officer of the Dallas Police Department arrived at his home in DeSoto on Saturday around 6 p.m. and thought a trespasser was inside. The intruder was his adult son, according to Pete Schultz. That's a rough name. Pete Schultz, a spokesperson for the DeSoto police. The police officer called 911 and identified himself as an off-duty Dallas cop. Investigators arrived to find the son, identified in his 20s as, quote, lightly struck by a bullet in his arm, because he's a poor shot. either that
Firing
or
blanks.
he knew who it was. I don't know if that was an accident. The officer told authorities he mistook his son for an intruder. After he turned around and he saw his face, plain as day in the bright light, he thought for sure. Anyway, it was a mistake. He thought there might have been an intruder in his home. He didn't know who was supposed to be there and so forth, Schultz said. It was a startling situation. It was an accident. Seems awful hard to cover that up. It was an accident. It was an accident. They had to go through that much of an explanation. That was no accident.
And so his son played along? Like, yeah, he didn't mean to.
Yeah. Well, he just got shot. What else is he going to do? He going to argue with the guy that just shot you?
Well,
It's like, yeah, sure, it was lightly in the arm, but it didn't have to be, boy.
see, son he's in his 20s, still living at his dad's. He was probably like, I guess I'm taking this bullet if I want to stay here.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, it was an accident.
Yeah.
I totally
Didn't mean to do it.
because I'm getting ready to go skiing tomorrow in Dallas. Yeah, there's a lot of unbelievable bits to that story. So, yeah. What do we think?
I'm thinking he made an aggressive move towards Pops.
Yeah.
You know, Pops looked at his man boobies and said, "You know, I'm just popping one off right here."
Yep. He was going through his stash. Yeah, that's what happened. He was into the cop's stash.
I bet it was donut driven.
Yeah. Donut driven
Wow.
violence. That's a big problem in America.
Because I know, I'm telling you, it's been 3 months since I've had a donut. And if somebody came at my donuts right now, like I'd probably shoot somebody. Be like, those are my donuts.
So you're even clean from donuts.
For the moment, I've lost 30 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you look better than both of us. I mean, that's not
Hey,
hard.
speak for yourself. Don't make me take my shirt off up in here.
I will.
I mean, according to the thermostat, it's 77. So
I'm training to eat, though. So I
You're
wanted to cut all
training
this.
to eat.
Yeah, the holidays are coming.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going
I
to
thought you were
deprive
going-
myself
I thought
of
you were
all
going-
that good.
You're going from comedy into
competitive eating?
Yeah, I see you with Kobayashi up there battling.
I mean,
You have a Joey Chestnut build.
no.
Huh?
No.
I look better in Joey Chestnut.
Having all that. And you've been in jail before, right? So, yeah, you don't even have to chew the hot dogs.
Right.
I was waiting for a hot dog joke.
I do have to trade ramen noodles for water, though. So it's tricky.
He's making a break, folks. Making a break. That's all it is.
Oh, this is why it's important not to mix up the holidays. A haunted house attraction in Connecticut reportedly found itself at the center of a controversy thanks to some poorly placed statues meant for a future Christmas decoration. The Nightmare on Walcott Street in Waterbury decided to cover 2 statues of the Virgin Mary with sheets at the request of the mayor's office. Apparently, some locals mistook the statues as being part of the attraction and found it to be disrespectful.
I could see that, but wasn't Waterbury the name of the place where the governor lived in The Walking Dead?
Woodbury.
Oh,
thank
okay. Yeah.
You were on the right. You were on the right
Do your
path
thing.
there.
My
Yeah.
train of thought's gone. I just completely lost that.
So the mayor's office asked them to cover them with sheets, so essentially made them part of the Halloween decorations by turning them into ghosts.
As mayor of Corwin, I would never let that happen in my community.
Yeah, never
For the
anything
record.
that innocent. Yeah, if it was the Virgin Mary, you won't
The
be able to
Virgin
find
Mary
the
will not
Virgin
be a
in
ghost
Corwin.
in Corwin,
Yep.
Ohio.
Yep, you cannot
Take
find
it
a
to the
virgin in
bank.
Corwin, so you'll never have one covered up.
He's not lying, folks.
There's the mayor of your town. That's quite a shining endorsement. The lack of virginity.
I mean, he made a triable prono, so it makes sense.
That's a triable prono. When they're all virgins, because nobody knows what they're doing. That's a triable prono right there.
Tribal prono.
That's where you get the Virgin Mary statue in the triable prono.
Yes. Speaking of prison,
Oh, my gosh.
they say love knows no boundaries. An 18-year-old German man's last-ditch effort to sway his ex-girlfriend into getting back together got him into a tricky spot when he was caught scaling a 13-foot wall at the local women's prison to try to reach her window. Yep, she stopped seeing him because she went to jail. The ex, also 18, had broken up with a man from the northwestern town of Vechta via the prison phone, and he wanted to talk to her, according to local media. So he scaled up the wall, taking off most of his clothes as a precaution so he wouldn't get snagged on the barbed wire at the top. Regional broadcaster NDR reported The half-naked teen then proceeded to climb up to his ex's window on the first floor. On the first floor? What is this guy, 2 feet tall?
Well, the fences are large in prison.
That's true. Prison guards noticed the 18-year-old, and when he refused to climb back down, they called the fire department to bring him down with a ladder. It was a 13-foot wall. Throw a rock at him. He's coming down.
Then the fire department pressed charges because he smacked him with his wiener schnitzel.
Yep. He got a schnitzel
You gotta
caught
say
in
it
the barbed
correctly.
wire.
It's Wiener Schnitzel.
Yeah,
Thanks,
don't
Patrick.
Get your schnitzel caught in the barbed wire.
It's like a board game.
There are so many questions I have wrong with this. Spending some time in Germany.
Chiming?
Chime, yes, chime.
I mean, is there said Chinaman?
There's Chinaman. But, like, prostitution's legal in Germany. So how hard up do you have to be to go
climb a prison wall
with barbed wire fences to get
was
to the
love,
first floor?
Man. It was love.
Oh.
The things people do for love.
Vasectomies?
I mean,
No,
some
that
people
wasn't for
do.
love. That was for lust.
It's hilarious that he still got broke up with over the phone.
over the prison phone.
Over the phone.
Would you accept a collect call? Yes. What?
I just paid $25 for you to break up with me.
Nothing says I hate you like
Like
being
broken up by a prison phone collect call.
I thought text message breakups were bad, but now that I think about it, I definitely wouldn't want to collect call breakup.
It'd be horrible if
Exactly.
you set up a JPay account and found out you were spending all that money for nothing.
Speaking of schnitzel, an Indian man was arrested Saturday after police alleged that he cut off and ate sloth bear genitalia in an effort to boost his sex drive.
Sloth what?
Sloth bear genitalia. The man, only identified as Yarlin,
I've met a lot of Indians and everyone, Yarlin, hey, I'm Yarlin.
that was his nickname. That's what the sloth bear was doing when he was cutting his winky off. He was Yarlin. Yarl!
Because they can't yell. It's Yarlin, my boy.
The man identified only as Yarlin because it's in quotes, too. So that's not his real name.
That's what
That
you
is
get
his
for cutting off
nickname.
sloth.
It's Yarlin. Was taken into custody in the western state of Gujarat.
Or like
That's what the
Gujarat.
sloth had afterwards. Gujarat.
That's all he had left. Just had his 2 little Gujarats there. After being on the run for years, this happened years ago, and they chased this man down over sloth bear genitalia. We created a special cell to track him down and arrest him. Said Ritesh Sarothia of the Madhya Pradesh Forest Department. It was our longest chase. It went on for 6 years.
Oh my god.
People were determined to get their bear penis back. Investigators first thought something was amiss when they were notified of sloth bear carcasses without their genitals in Kana National
So
Park.
this is a serial incident.
Yeah, it's a serial penis snatcher
of sloth.
of sloth bear variety. Officials say Yarlin is part of the nomadic Party Bahalia tribe, which typically lives in forests and hunts to survive, and reportedly believes animal penises serve as an aphrodisiac. Wow. Yarlin, the bear penis snapper.
Wow.
That's a good documentary. And a good chrono, too.
Yeah, because everybody thought that it's like the chupacabra. Yarlin's just it's a myth. There's no real Yarlin. It's like the Yeti, the Yarlin Yeti.
The Yarlin Yeti.
Yeah, the Yarlin Yeti, the case of the sloth bear penis.
I'm
pretty sure that's a Nancy Drew, isn't it?
Really?
Yarlin in the case.
Yeah. They brought the
Mrs.
Hardy Boys in on that
Slothbear
one, too, to help solve that mystery.
Yeah,
6 years.
The
I mean,
Hardy Boys had to be in on that.
Hey, American, are you having troubles? I have sloth bear penis over here. Plenty sloth bear
He's
penises.
walking around with a trench coat. He's got him hanging.
Exactly. Come over here. Come to this side. You need naan bread? Sloth penises?
looking like leathered beef jerky.
Good one.
Oh, that's a great callback.
We have them fresh and jerky style.
Well, yeah, if you're going to eat them, you might as well jerk them. I jerked the meat for you.
Did you just say you nuked the meat for me? He will nuke the meat for me.
No, dehydrated. Dehydrated sloth bear penis. Oh, man.
They're using Scotty's dehydrator for that.
Putting it to good use. Putting it to good use.
Have you ever had sloth sausage salad?
It's aphrodisiac.
Slap of a Jim Jom. Slim Jom.
What?
By Larry Lane on Facebook.
Oh, Larry's listening too. Snap into a Slim Jim. Need a little excitement? Snap into a sloth bear.
Oh yeah, snap into a sloth.
By the Yip Man brand.
Be careful, Jess. I don't want you to crap again.
Too late.
How's your blood pressure, Patrick? How's your sloth bear penis? Needs some dip. Do you have any buffalo dip?
Just some of that atomic chicken wing dip.
Yeah, buffalo sloth bear penis.
We have some lovely hummus today to go with the sloth.
Oh, man. Phew, where do we go from there? That's got to be the best story I've had in the world. Slim Jom.
Slim John?
Yeah, Slim Jom is also a terrible prono.
6 years.
Well, another one could be
6 years, this sloth bear penis
the
bandit.
serial penis snatcher.
yeah.
6 years on
That could be a
6
great
years.
informative
You gotta have a
serial
little
penis
penis if
snatcher.
you're going to be on the lam.
Serial penis snatcher could be a great informative murder porn. If you think about it.
Informative murder porn.
How much is
because all the ones I watch are so informative.
all that other
I only watch them for educational purposes. They're very informative.
Let's say if I was to need a sloth bear penis.
This is how you cut it off.
Yeah, but how do you jerk it? I need to jerk it. It keeps longer.
Very
It
slowly.
keeps longer when you jerk it.
Because if you go too fast, you're going to disturb the sloth.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, I'd say it wouldn't bother you.
The key is curry powder.
He'd be really slow to get to you if he's trying to attack you.
Who has ever got their butt kicked by a sloth?
Penis alone. And it's gone.
It's over.
Oh, the poor sloth bear.
I mean, you would think someone would be easy to. I mean, how much has he decimated the sloth population by cutting off penises?
That's 6
a legit
years.
question.
6 years
You know?
of mutilated sloth bear penis by Yarlin, courtesy of Yarlin, the sloth bear penis mutilator.
I wonder if Yarlin is what he shouted after every penis decimation or whatever.
Penis decimation.
All righty then.
I couldn't think of the word.
I can tell. I didn't want to think of the word, Patrick.
We weren't going to help you figure that out.
Yeah, sometimes we just let
We're
you go
like,
and
just
see
let
where
him
you're going.
struggle, boys.
we
Let
were
him
Like, I have no
struggle.
idea what's going on, but I want to see what direction this takes. Take us on a journey, Patrick.
Castration was never coming out of our mouths.
I'm going to take you on a jerky rather than a journey.
Yep, take us on a jerky journey.
Jerky journey.
Sloth is one of the 7 deadly sins. He was just trying to put a stop to it.
I know that from that movie with.
7?
7? Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure this is one of them, too, whatever this is. Whatever's been going on in the studio today is probably one of the 7 deadly.
Sweat and stink.
Oh, so it's 2 of them.
Oh, yeah.
Sloth, sweat, stink, greed, fart.
Yes.
That's 5. What are the other 2? Gluttony and stupidity. That's
I got 7 out of 7 here.
Yep, you're on a roll. And that roll stinks. A Florida inmate. It's always a good way to start. Because we got to be able to bounce back from sloth bear penis.
Well,
Sometimes that's
if anybody's
hard to
going to do it, it's going to be somebody from Florida.
Exactly.
So.
A Florida inmate has been arrested. There's already
That's
an inmate.
kind of-
a Florida inmate has been arrested
Great writer there.
for feeding pet iguanas to an alligator at the sheriff's zoo next to the jail after fellow inmates ratted him out. So now there's a rat involved, too. Investigators said Jason Aaron Gibson, all three names because he is a serial killer of pet iguanas. A 40-year-old suspected car thief was one of the select inmates given the privilege of working outside at the petting zoo on Stock Island, officials at Monroe County Sheriff's Office told the Miami Herald. Two other inmates who work at the farm were left, quote, distraught and heartbroken after witnessing Gibson toss iguanas to a 6-foot alligator named Irwin multiple times, officials said, because it's important we know his name's Irwin.
Did they have a petting zoo in your prison there, Scotty?
I was the petting
He was.
zoo.
Good one, Patrick.
That was pretty good.
I was so proud of them for stepping forward, said Gene Salander, a civilian jail employee running the farm. They couldn't accept that. They really cared. I'm so sad they had to witness it. Because that's bound to be the worst thing they've witnessed in prison, is a pet iguana being fed to an alligator. That's nature. That's if you put an alligator and iguana in a natural setting, that iguana is probably going to be eaten. He was just a naturalist.
Nice.
Good point.
He was keeping it real, yo.
And only one penis will be lost in all that.
Exactly. And they didn't say if the iguana was a male or female, so there could have been no penis harmed in this news story.
It's a win-win for everyone.
Star wants to know why there's an alligator in a petting zoo.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because it's at a prison, they don't really give a damn. Go ahead and pet him, boys. He's friendly to the inmates.
What we have here is a failure to communicate.
Yeah. Some iguanas you just can't reach. I don't like it any more than the alligator.
I ate 50 eggs in an hour.
Christmas came early for one California man dubbed.
We are
Pretty
professionals.
much dumb,
Please speak into the microphone.
Dubbed as the, quote, drunk Santa suit criminal. And he is most definitely on local law enforcement's naughty list. Brea police arrested the festive and apparently impatient man Tuesday after they found him inside a car around 7 a.m., Fox 11 reported. The man, who has not been identified by authorities, appeared to be under the influence of alcohol or drugs or both, police said. Police took to social media to share a message from the drunk Santa suit criminal. Dear Santa, the letter began, I'm sorry I stole your red suit. I was drunk and made some poor choices. I know it's only October and it's hot. Too hot for this suit, but I was drunk. Poor choices. That's my mantra these days.
I was drunk, poor choices.
Yeah, I was drunk. Poor choices. Yes.
That should be
Now I'm sad
the
again.
AA meetings mantra there.
Yeah, yep, I was drunk. I think it is.
It's not.
No, it's not. I've been to a couple of meetings. Too much God for me.
Yeah.
Too much God. Do you
can
know
see
of any AA meetings that God isn't invited to?
The individual needs to take God out and replace it to what they believe their higher power is.
Higher power.
I am my higher power, Scotty.
Then, all right.
And that doesn't work for me because I have to listen to everybody talk about God. And I don't.
This camera could be your higher power.
We
That chair could
aren't
be your higher
really
power.
on speaking terms these days.
Well, the mayor of Corwin.
Moving on, we got news.
The
Stories.
mayor of Corwin could be your higher power.
Probably not. I don't live in Corwin.
The mayor's plums could be your higher power.
No. No, they can't because as you get older, they drop lower.
And they shrivel up into raisins.
Well, no,
Been
Plum's
looking a lot
turned
of-
up. Plum's
you've been
turned
in
up.
rooms.
Oh, wait,
You've been
that's
in a lot
great.
of locker
Never
rooms
mind.
with old men.
That's
haven't you,
great.
Patrick?
Never mind.
He's been doing that informative porn research.
Yeah, informative murder porn with old man plums. Local CBS reporter in California was apparently fired. I don't like this one. A Utah man who was reportedly I don't know. I don't like this one either. A Utah man who reportedly had designs on becoming a homeowner is facing charges after he refused to take no for an answer in pursuit of his dream home. The man, identified by local news reports as Andrew Blackwell, 25, has reportedly been spotted several times at the house in Salt Lake City since August, and he's been warned by police not to enter the premises. Back to a B&E. But though the owner has rebuffed Blackwell's lowball attempts, there we are with lowballs again, attempts to buy the home, and police have repeatedly been called on him, Blackwell continues to enter the home and allegedly make improvements.
I just
It's gonna be mine. I'm going to fix it up first.
He's like, I just need to convert this to where it will house 7 women at the same time.
Why? For God's sakes, why?
Because you need one for every deadly sin.
I mean, isn't Utah, right? Polygamy. Mormons.
That's just a bad idea.
Well, not for them.
No, it is. It's a bad idea for anybody.
You get tired of one, you move on to the other, right?
I mean, it's like reverse Snow White.
They have to be like in different houses.
Different houses.
Different
oh, yeah,
houses.
that's right. You're right.
Otherwise,
You're
their
right.
cycles are
yeah,
gonna
under
sync.
the same. Ooh.
And, 7 at once.
You apparently have never seen Team Sleepaway 7. It's a phenomenal film. With 7 women.
Is it a
living in the same
triable prono?
Yes. It is. It worked out great in the movie. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Way to raise awareness.
What's that?
Raising awareness on the whole cycle thing.
Well,
I didn't even think about
it's
that.
information you have to know.
I almost made a bad decision. Thank you.
You are welcome, Scotty. Yeah. Well, poor choices.
That's it. I don't have a reason for it.
You can't say you were drunk because you're sober now. So. Okay. Do we have one more to cover, or are we just about to wrap? I think there's some I skipped because I wasn't wild about. Let's see.
Can't get more wild than the sloth penis.
Man, that was
I wasn't wild about him. The sloth penis. That's by far my favorite. Delicacy.
That's going to be a hard one to top.
Yeah, you didn't expect that to go that way.
Yeah, and it probably was a top.
Maybe it was just the tip.
Yeah, just the tip. Yeah, that's what. Leave the tip.
My old favorite game.
I'm like picturing him opening up that overcoat and showing all those.
Exactly.
And I'm like, they probably look like
the beef jerky.
looks like a bunch of aged sham wows that are going on sale. It's like, you get it wet? How's this work?
Yeah, just dehydrated sloth bear penis.
Would you like them fresh or dried in the jerky style?
Yeah, but if you're going to have a sloth bear penis, it's got to be jerky. It's got to be jerked. Yeah, they jerk chicken in Jamaica. Why not jerk sloth bear? I don't know.
Good point. Pretty good chicken, too.
It is. Well, you're going to be happier when you're jerked.
Your blood pressure's going to go down, too.
Yeah, exactly. As if you just listened to the Life Radio show.
Winning.
Actually, I don't think the listeners' blood pressure is affected at all. It's just the people in here.
Yeah, it's probably some listeners are
participating.
just
None
like,
of the listeners are actually laughing. They're all staring at their computer screen with Facebook live feed, looking at it about like Adam and Shane were looking at me for most of that first hour.
And then they're Googling the town that he's going to be running from.
Yeah, so they can avoid it. They're going to make sure whatever road they take does not go through Corwin. Where's Corwin located?
Corwin is actually a enormous suburb of Waynesville, Ohio.
Okay. Oh, so a suburb of a suburb.
All right.
Yes.
A suburb of a village.
Correct.
Yes.
It is on 73. It's close to Caesars Creek.
Okay. I know where you're talking about.
It's by 73 and 42. Population is 436 people. I'm the ruler now, officially.
Yes.
Probably going to be a dictator.
They just changed the title to King of Corwin.
I'm thinking about it. I don't know how that's going to float, but we'll see.
Sorry, you got my beard caught in the microphone. It's terrible. It's terrible. Sorry, got a message. Messages on my phone and get about a second. Anyway, it's about time to wrap up.
Oh, yeah.
Scotty, I know November 9th at the Courtyard Lounge in Englewood, in the Englewood Plaza, right where the Kmart isn't anymore, right by the Englewood Cinema. The Courtyard Lounge, fantastic place. They have a lot of good bands there most weekends, and they're going to have some great comics there. November 9th, I'm going to be there. Scotty Mays is going to be there. Wendy Ferguson, Gary Henry, Karen Jaffe,
Kevin
Rupert, Holly Shock. Am I missing anybody? I think Luke Capasso on that, or is that who dropped out and you're covering for?
I'm covering for Mikey.
You're
Wells.
covering for Mike. Okay,
Yeah.
Mike Wells was supposed to be on it. Yeah. We got Scotty Mays.
They got the JV version.
Yeah. Yeah, you doing one-liners?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
that's it. One lines of Coke.
Yeah. Well, because I ate balls too much at once. It's one of Mike Wells' jokes. So.
There you go, Mikey.
Yeah. I love Mike's.
He's a good dude.
He's got some great.
He caught me shoplifting.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that story. Yeah, and now you're covering for him in the.
What were you stealing?
So Jess,
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, there's no time for that now.
Sorry,
no time to read. Go
gonna,
back and listen to that episode where I believe you were you on with Mike or was
Were we on that show together? I think so. He hates it when I talk about it. Another time.
Jess, anything coming up other than winning winning an election by default?
Yes. I am
or losing by write-in. If you live in Corwin, write like literally anyone in.
But not me.
Just not Jess.
Yes.
I'm going to be following, watching the political fallout from all of this.
Yeah, there could be riots in the streets. That is a fact. But, I'm just waiting.
Yeah, and in Corwin, that would do dollars worth of damage.
Maybe pennies. Because it's mostly a retirement community.
Oh, yeah. So they're going to be throwing pennies.
All these changes he made contaminated our minnow pond.
Wow. That's a stretch.
I mean, when your top 5 Halloween gifts they give you are pennies, caramel apples, toothbrushes,
Bitto honey.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's the worst of the worst of Halloween there.
Yeah, those little round mints that nobody.
Junior mints.
They're like all stuck together, and it just.
Yeah. So, but no, I got nothing to promote other than if someone needs a comic, a paid comic, by the way, that's the key word. Please contact me.
No wonder you only would do one show a year.
Exactly.
You're not willing to accept the unpaid ones. You ain't doing comedy, my friend.
That's pretty much it. I did enough of that. But yes, so just look up Jess Cordy on Facebook or Twitter, Jester00. I'm fun to follow if you only like looking at Twitter once every 3 months.
He's fun to follow, but not in person because he gets kind of gassy.
Thank you. Well played.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. I'm not sure what's happening next week. I know there's some frickin' sports broadcast.
Soccer.
Is that next week? Is that starting next week? You say there was one next week? I don't know. There's coming up.
Yeah.
There's coming up. I'm going to lose a lot of my shows.
That was around this time last year that happened.
Yeah. Nobody cares about rights sport. Anyway.
You won't believe we get a lot of listeners for it.
Yeah, they're probably drunk. Don't know what station they're on. All right.
4 choices.
4 choices. They were drunk. All right, we're gonna sign off. We may be in at like 5:30 or 5 o'clock next week. I don't know what's going on. We'll discuss it and kick the sloth bear penis around and see where we land. All right. Peace.
Thanks.
Hey, thank you, Scotty. Thank you. All right, Patrick, get us out of here. We're done. We've smoked this. We've smoked this sloth bear penis as much as we can.
Phenomenal.
All right, yeah. So I confirm there is a sports game next week.
Okay, rock on.
Thanks for listening to the Life Radio Show podcast. Check it out wherever you listen to podcasts. Remember, if you want to listen live, we are on Tuesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. on WWSU 106.9 FM. You can also stream the show live at WWSU1069.org, and we go Facebook Live at the Life Radio Show's Facebook page. If you have suggestions or comments, feel free to email thelife1069@gmail.com.
Presence overwhelms me. The brutal presence overwhelms me.
Weathered beef jerky.